Breaking news for UK pensioners and taxpayers. A financial storm is brewing across the United Kingdom, and the headlines are sending shockwaves through communities everywhere. HMRC has just confirmed that £300 deductions could soon be taken directly from the bank accounts of thousands of pensioners, retirees, and working-age taxpayers. Let me be absolutely clear, this is not speculation. It's not a rumour circulating on social media. This is an official government update that affects millions of ordinary people. And for those living on fixed incomes, particularly pensioners, this news could be devastating. Imagine carefully budgeting your pension for the month, only to wake up and find £300 missing from your account, with little warning. For many, that's the difference between heating the home or skipping meals. That's why today's update is one of the most important financial alerts you'll hear this year. And in this video, we're going to break everything down in detail. We'll cover what the £300 deduction is, why HMRC is doing this now, who exactly will be affected, how the deduction process works, what dates to watch out for, and crucially, the steps you must take right now to protect yourself. So, let's dive in. The £300 deduction isn't a fine, and it isn't a penalty. It's HMRC reclaiming money that it says was either overpaid or underpaid in the past. This could include overpaid pension credit or tax credits from earlier years, unpaid income tax linked to state pension or private pension adjustments, benefit overpayments carried over from before retirement, or even long-forgotten self-assessment tax bills. HMRC is using its legal power called Direct Recovery of Debt, DRD. This power has existed for several years, but what's new is the scale of enforcement. The figure of £300 is the average deduction amount currently being reported. Some people may see less deducted, others much more. But here's the key point: HMRC is no longer waiting for people to come forward and set up repayment plans. They will go straight to your bank, and they have the legal right to do so. The latest HMRC statement is crystal clear. The first wave of deductions will begin in the final 2 weeks of September 2025. That means thousands of pensioners could see money taken directly from their bank accounts before the end of the month. If your account is affected, you might see a transaction labeled something like HMRCD, Direct Recovery of Debt, or a reference code linked to your tax account. And after the deduction, HMRC typically sends a letter confirming the amount. But by then, the money will already be gone. Now let's talk about who this will actually affect. According to HMRC, deductions will target pensioners who were overpaid pension credit, taxpayers with unpaid tax linked to pensions, individuals who received universal credit or tax credit overpayments before retirement, and those with outstanding self-assessment bills that were ignored. You are especially at risk if you've received letters from HMRC about an overpayment. Your bank details are already on file with HMRC. You ignored previous repayment deadlines. Or you've been contacted but haven't set up a payment plan. Even if you are currently on benefits, HMRC can still make deductions. The only rule is that they must leave you with enough to live on. Here's how the Direct Recovery of Debt process works. HMRC sends you a final notice, detailing how much you supposedly owe. You get 30 days to pay voluntarily, challenge the debt, or request a repayment plan. If you don't act, HMRC contacts your bank and instructs them to make the deduction. Now, there is some protection in place. HMRC must leave at least £5,000 across all your bank accounts combined. If you have less than that, they cannot use this power and will instead try to arrange another repayment method. But for pensioners with savings above that level, this could be a sudden and painful financial shock. If you receive a letter warning about a deduction, the worst thing you can do is ignore it. Here's what you should do instead. Check the amount carefully. Errors are more common than you think. Compare the figure with your tax and benefit records. Log into your HMRC personal tax account online to verify the balance. If you believe it's wrong, contact HMRC immediately. There is an official dispute process. If you cannot afford the lump sum deduction, ask to set up a time to pay arrangement. This allows smaller monthly payments instead of one large hit. By acting quickly, you can often stop the deduction before it happens. For pensioners, this is more than just a financial inconvenience. A sudden £300 deduction can mean missing the rent, falling behind on utility bills, or having to choose between heating and food. Charities such as HUK warn that many older people are unaware they even owe money. The letters can be confusing, and not everyone has online access to double-check their records. That's why spreading awareness is absolutely critical so no one gets blindsided. There are several proactive steps you can take today. Log into your HMRC account. Check if there are outstanding balances or debts. Review your pension credit and benefit history. Look for past overpayments. Set aside an emergency buffer. If you suspect you might be affected, be prepared. Contact HMRC early. Don't wait until the deduction happens. Prevention is easier than dealing with the fallout. Not every deduction will be correct. Common mistakes include duplicate claims for the same debt, incorrect pension tax calculations, or deductions applied even after someone already repaid manually. If this happens to you, you can appeal directly to HMRC or escalate to the independent adjudicator. If losing £300 would push you into financial hardship, there are options. Time to pay arrangement, spread the cost into smaller monthly payments. Temporary pause, if you are extremely vulnerable, for example, facing illness or bereavement, collection can sometimes be delayed. Debt charities, organizations like Step Change or Citizens Advice can help you negotiate with HMRC. But whatever you do, do not ignore the debt. Doing nothing will only make the situation worse, with added penalties or court action. The September 2025 deduction wave may just be the beginning. HMRC has confirmed that more waves will follow into 2026, targeting larger debts of £1,000 or more, long-standing unpaid tax bills, and multiple overpayments spanning several years. This means staying informed, checking your records, and acting quickly is more important than ever. The £300 HMRC bank deduction is one of the most significant financial developments for pensioners this year. And while the government argues it's necessary to protect public finances, critics say it could hit the most vulnerable the hardest. Your best defense? Stay informed, check your records, and act before the deductions start. Here are your action steps. Log into your HMRC tax account today. Review your benefit overpayment letters. Contact HMRC immediately if you spot an error. Set up a repayment plan if needed. And most importantly, share this update with friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more breaking HMRC and DWP updates. Comment below if you've already received a letter or deduction notice. Let's see just how widespread this issue is becoming. Stay aware. Stay prepared. And don't let HMRC catch you off guard.